What is better than one worked off gear V44X? Yes, you're absolutely correct. Two worked off gear V44X. Hey, it's time to destroy Reese plate.
Okay, so I'm going to go through some of the destructive testing that Joe X did with my knife, the V44X Marine Reaper Bowie. You can see here he's stabbing in a part of the car that a lot of times is 2-ply, and behind that is also more metal. And that pillar also has a hardened piece of metal underneath the normal body panels. So this is probably the toughest place on the car to stab. It's not like the hood or the roof where it's just a single layer of sheet metal. And he's doing a little bit of prying there that's also putting additional stress on the blade. So that made it where it could have been compromised earlier on the stump. Even though I was pretty sure it was going to break at the stump at some point, I do think it did break earlier than I anticipated. But this is a lot of stabbing. The tip held up really good, but I do think this led to the tip breaking early on the stump.
Okay, wow, still plenty.
Okay, so you can see right here when he stabs into the roof of the car when he's done, even with one hand, it goes in very easily. So I think you didn't get a chance to see, how much of a can opener this clip point blade shape can be.
Maybe 1 to 2,000 steps. The tip is absolutely nothing. Super nice penetration, no hot spots while stabbing. It's a joy to stab. And when you stab, absolutely no hot spots. This scripture is perfect. It keeps your gloves in the hand, and it's impossible to get onto the blade because of this here, because of this groove. It's impossible that you get on the blade. So this is the perfect zombie killing weapon. Zombie killing machine, check this out. When you have it here, there's no chance you get onto the blade. Absolutely none. And a joy to stab. This here is rounded, so you also can take it here. It's rounded. So absolutely fantastic stabber. One of the best stabbers experienced so far. Easy to get in. Bravo, Corporal X. For now!
Okay, so this is what I was going for. I wanted to have this thing not hurt your pinky or anything when you were stabbing. So all that was done intentionally. I put that surface area there on purpose. And I'm glad to hear that he did appreciate that when he was working on that car, doing I don't know how many stabs, but it was a lot. Okay, so here Joe X was stabbing the windshield of this car. So glass is very hard, and that was a good chance to chip the tip and put a lot of stress on it just from the impact and going through that windshield. Once it broke and softened up some, it was easier, but the glass is pretty hard, so stabbing that in there was definitely some added stress to the tip.
All right, this blade is super Marlboro till now. You can see the tip is now dull, but not completely fucked. Could be easily fixed. Of course, the glass window destroys tips. That's what glass windows do, especially the windshield. But it's fucked now, but still awesome. Pretty nice, and you have absolutely no problem while getting through the car windshield. Check out who is here. It's her. It's not time. It's not time yet, but soon.
Okay, so I wasn't sure if it was going to make it to the iron rod, but I'm glad it did. The spine held up, the fuller held up, so I was glad to see that. Also, if you look at the fuller, it's not a full 90 degree, like a deep 90 degree angle. It is slightly rounded inside of the base of the fuller. So I think that helped a lot in keeping the blade from breaking when it was getting hit on the spine. Okay, so when chopping on the car, right there on the A-pillar, that's probably the toughest spot on the car to chop. That's for support, for accidents and everything, structural integrity of the vehicle. Underneath of that body panel, there's a hardened piece of steel that's a little bit darker. You can see it later in the video. But if you can see it flexing since the piece is chopped just ahead of it to the left. You can see it flexing every time he hits it pretty hard, and that unsupported chopping, I think, on that hard steel led to a lot of the initial breakouts, and I think that also led to the breakouts being worse on the El Brico. You can see right there the darker color of the steel. If you look down a little bit where it's chopped through, you can see the hardened steel underneath the body panel. So, you know, I didn't expect it to hit the brick and not break, but I do think that these breakouts from chopping right here did lead to that happening and maybe being worse.
Alright, till now this blade is fantastic, Marlboro. We have now some edge damage on the apex. Maybe this could be fixed, I think so. Here is nothing, but here is the sweet spot. I worked it here all the time, and here we have some breakouts, but nothing too serious. No heavy chunks, nothing. This blade is a joy to work. No hot spots while hitting the iron, nothing at all. This handle is cool. Also, I have no issue with this kind of pommel here. So till now, no issue with this. So, and I like the gripture. This is the nearly perfect gripture when you don't have gloves. Without gloves, this blade won't get anyway, because it's a very, very sticky gripture and not too hard, so it's not hurting your hand or so. And you can see my hand, I have large hands. It fits perfectly, the handle. And this here is rounded. So with this you have no hot spots, nothing. When you work it here, absolutely cool. This is a very nice feature. Very nice is this finger groove here. And the handle, no wiggle, nothing. So super Marlboro till now. 6 minutes, 30 seconds. I nearly got through the car roof. And again, what did you do with Sigourney? Alright, Corporal Hicks. Now it's time to separate the woke people from the man. Alright, the tip did awesomely till now. Okay, now tip test.
Okay, so the tip broke really early here. It didn't take a ton of force. I was kind of thinking it was going to take a little bit longer than this, but I think due to the length of the knife, the weight, and how far the tip probably went in, it was just going to break. And I don't think any of the other stuff that happened before that, you know, kind of made that perform any better. So, you know, but I knew that the tip was probably going to break at some point on the log. And I guess it's just a good thing, you know, with that blade design, it gets thicker into the belly. So if it does break, you're not going to lose that much of the tip, and you can always resharpen the tip and still have a Bowie knife.
Yeah, this was an immediate break. Very easy break. I didn't even close my gloves and it broke already. Break time.
Alright, so this next break, he hammers it in. And again, the knife is a little bit over 16 inches long, probably a little under 16 now that the tip is gone. But he's putting a ton of force on the knife right there. And it's like most of his body weight. And it does break again right here. But, you know, I was expecting the tip to break. You know, I didn't know exactly how much was going to break. But look at the blade flexing with this steel. It is a powder steel. It's a harder Rockwell, so it's not going to have as much lateral flexibility as something like a nicely tempered, you know, 1080 or whatever is going to have.
And it was inside, a little bit like this, not straight. It was gay inside. Yeah, and then it broke. Alright, that's fucked up.
Okay, so the same thing that makes this knife a good chopper with the belly and the weight kind of towards the blade also is going to make it apply more force to the brick, which is, I think, going to contribute to the breakouts.
All right, now some live true reaction. Let's go. Wow. Wow. Edge retention. Tip is fucked, now prick. Edge.
Okay, so you're gonna start seeing some of these heavy breakouts and you're gonna hear them shooting off like a bullet ricochet. So some of the breakouts are pretty crazy, hitting the brick on the front.
Wow! Okay, one edge went flying, check it out. This edge is now done. Super done.
Now you can see here, he starts wailing on this brick. And the way the handle's shaped and it's being secure in his hand, he's able to generate a ton of force. And he's wailing on that brick pretty hard. And right there in the sweet spot where he's hitting the brick is where it's getting some heavy breakouts. And these breakouts I think are going to lead to it failing on the spine later on the iron rod. Now having those breakouts on the edge already, I was very surprised how hard he's hitting the spine, that the knife actually made it past the brick while getting hit on the spine. That's a lot of stress on an already compromised blade. And he is just wailing on this brick.
Okay, 520. It survived the brick. Yeah. The brick. This was completely a new brick, and the damage the blade did was Super Marlboro. Some wiggle. 6 minutes. 6 fucking minutes. Edge. Spine. Wow. This went freaking kaboom. 6 minutes 30 seconds. Nice. Nice performance.
So close to almost making it past the iron rod. I do think if it didn't have those breakouts on the edge that it would have made it through the iron rod if it wasn't for that. Which is still pretty good for the Rockwell on this steel.
It's your major speaking, X. 630, it broke at the iron rod. Superb performance, Super Marlboro. This is kind of cool actually, because you can grip it here and whack the iron rod like this. And I'm very, very happy that it didn't broke at the handle. It broke here, okay? So still, you would have a blade to work with. You still would be able to survive with this blade. See, it's a thin blade. It's not as thick as the RS or other blades. So it's very thin. It's very thin, but it still can hold it together.
So I paid a lot of attention to where I put the hardware holes. That was a purposely made decision, and I think it helped on the iron rod. What he's gonna say next is very important about the knife not coming out of his hand. If you guys have watched a couple of his videos, you've seen the knife come out of his hand while he's hitting the brick, while he's hitting the iron rod. And that did not happen once in this video, and he's about to tell you right now.
When I whack the iron rod, you can see that I often lose the blades because they slip out of my hands, not with this handle. So I didn't lose the blade once, not at the brick and not at the iron rod. And this is due to the nice, awesome material of the scales and also the shape, because when you grip it at the end, it's not gonna get out of your hand easy. So this is pretty cool. I didn't lose the blade once. This doesn't happen too often. So if you hear me barking, that's my thing this week. I hope you understand. Alright my friends, Work Tough Gear V44X, designed by Reese, done by Work Tough Gear, K329er steel. This is a fantastic blade. This outperformed most of the other Work Tough Gear blades, 100%. The handle, there are only small holes here everywhere, so those are not weak points. And the blade broke here, which is cool, and not here, because then you don't have a blade anymore. So these holes, I think they need for the heat treatment. Those other holes are the screws for the handle. this here is razor sharp, so a fire rod would be no problem at all. I definitely don't regret buying a second one, because this is a really nice blade for the zombie apocalypse. You can kill with this. This here is still sharp. Thanks a lot for watching, and of course now we're gonna shoot it. My dear Reese, in the end your blade fits in a plastic bag.
Okay, so overall I'm really happy with the performance of the knife and the steel, and I'm really appreciative for Joe going out there and putting all this work in. And it was like an all-day event for him, so that's a lot of work, and I appreciate that. You know, I'm not taking anything personally. I think he was maybe a little nice to me because he knows my kids might watch this, and so he wasn't cussing too much. And I appreciate that. I didn't expect that, but you know, thanks a lot. And I guess that's it. I'm gonna make sure he's okay with me sharing this, and I will see you guys later. And make sure you guys check out, I have a whole playlist that just shows all the reviews people have done with this knife. And some are Bowler K329 and some are SKD5, so they're all there. Thanks for watching, and thanks Vic, Work Tough Gear. You guys have a good one. Later. Hey, if you've made it this far, don't forget to go over to Joe X's YouTube and watch his full video. All right, you guys be safe. Later.